Thank you for joining me today on The Wise Widow. This is a video that I am sharing my journey, giving my opinion of some different options of what works and what doesn't work while we're going through our journey of grief after losing a loved one, after losing our partner. Today I'm going to talk about his clothes, his ring, and all of the other material items that our partner left behind. It's a very, very difficult thing to have to go through the closet. Every time you open a drawer, there's something else in there that belonged to him. There's these constant reminders. Some people have a hard time going through all of this stuff or knowing what to do with it. Seems like a waste to throw it out, but you don't necessarily want somebody else to have it. I'm going to give you some ideas or suggestions of a couple of things that I did. It doesn't work for everybody. You have to do what works for you. I'll tell you, the very first room that I touched after Daryl passed was the bathroom. I started going through different items in the bathroom. If there was medications, I took them down to the pharmacy and let them get rid of them. And, I started small. Just a few items in the bathroom that I knew that I could throw away because I couldn't give them to somebody else. They were of no use to anybody else. So that was my start. The closet, I left it alone for a while. There's a few people, a few widows that I know that they very quickly took all of his clothes out of the closet, gave them to Goodwill. They just didn't want them there anymore. I left Daryl's clothes in the closet for quite some time. I knew I wanted to do something with them, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. I took all of his pants, his blue jeans, and all of his heavier shirts, and I got a quilt made. I'm going to share it with you, show you. I didn't make it. I'm not that talented, but I got somebody else to do it. And then I took some of his shirts and I got memory pillows made. And I got a few made. I gave them to a few special people that I thought would appreciate them. And many of you have probably noticed his ring. This is one of his rings. Daryl had more than one ring. Daryl had this ring that he wore to work. It's the ring he had on his finger the day he passed. And this was his chain. It was around his neck. And I took both of those and I've worn them ever since Daryl passed. Now, Daryl had another wedding ring. He had a second wedding ring. It was the nice one, the one that has the diamonds in it. And I still have that ring. I haven't done anything with it. And I still wear my wedding ring because I'm not ready to take it off yet. And that's okay. Some people choose to take it off right away. Some people choose to never take it off, to always wear it. What my thought is, eventually, I'm going to take this wedding ring of mine and Daryl's good wedding ring that's gold. I'm going to get them melted down and I'm going to make one ring out of both and get the diamonds from both put into the ring. But I'm not quite ready to take my wedding ring off yet. So that's something I haven't done yet. Everything's step by step. Small steps, some are bigger steps. Some take time, some we can do right away. My house, slow but sure, the items are being taken out. I'll tell you one item that I think will never, ever leave my house. Daryl's work boots. Daryl's work boots are still sitting at my back door. And I think they will always sit at my back door. It makes me feel like he's at home, and that's okay. Some people won't ever want a reminder like that. It's a constant reminder sitting around. Daryl didn't wear glasses that he had them on his face and left them there. He had reader glasses. And I tell you, he had 20 pairs of them floating around my house all over the place. And I still have pairs of his glasses floating around my house because, again, it feels like he's home. Some people won't like that. Some people won't want to do that. And you don't have to do that. Then there was other items like watches and, things that were a little more expensive. First I went to our kids. Who wanted what? You have to be fair, keep it fair. Who gets this? Who gets that? Of course, there was a lot of things that my son got that my daughter didn't because he would use them, and she was very, very good with that. She said to her brother, you may as well have this because if I take it, it'll sit in a drawer. If you take it, you'll use it, wear it, what have you. But then there will be items once I go that she'll get that he won't. So you have to think of all the members of your family of who wants what. There is one building that I have not touched and I will never touch. The garage. Daryl's garage has a lot of stuff in it. I'm going to tell you a little story. When we were early on, we weren't first married. It was like the second house we had. We finally had a garage. And I said to Daryl, okay, I'm going to make you a deal. Well, he actually came to me and he said, okay, the house is yours. The garage is mine. Don't be cleaning in there. Don't touch my garage. I said, okay, I'll make you a deal then. I said, if the house is mine and the garage is yours, you get to sleep and live and eat in the house. If my car is ever sitting outside and there is no room for my car in the garage, then there's no room for you in the inn. It was always a standing joke that we had between us. My car was always in the garage, so I didn't have to sweep snow or be heating up my car. But you know what? It worked for us. But there's a lot of stuff in there. A lot of tools and different things that he had that I wasn't allowed to touch, and that's okay. So that job has become a job for his son and his son-in-law. And when they are ready, they will go through the garage. They will decide who gets what, and they will decide what they're going to sell or get rid of, what is junk, what is good. I'm not touching it because I don't know what to do with it. But there's room for my car in there, and that's all I need is room for my car to park it. So all of these things, the material things, because he couldn't take it with him, that's what you have to decide. Some people get rid of it in the first week. Some people, after 5 years, still have his clothes sitting in the closet. If that's what gives you comfort, and that is what you want, that is okay. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this video is giving you a bit of insight as to telling you there's no timeline. There's no timeline on what you have to do and when you have to do it. You do it when you are comfortable with it. Don't let anybody force you into getting rid of something that you don't want to give. You know, when I went through the bathroom, when I was telling you early on, that was the first thing I did. I gave Daryl's bottle of cologne to my son. Here, do you want this? If you want to wear it, whatever. And a week or two later, I went to him and I said, you know what? I want that back. And he gave it back to me. And every once in a while, I wear it because it smells like Daryl. And I like it. And that's okay. You do for you what comforts you, what helps you get through your grieving process. And it's okay if it takes 10 years. And it's okay if it's all gone after the first week. You got to do what is comfortable, but don't be too quick if you're unsure. I was a little unsure what I wanted to do, so I waited, and I was glad I did, because then I decided to make the quilt and the memory pillows and, different things like that. So if it was all gone, it would have been, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So take care of yourself today. Have as good a day as you can. Comfort yourself. Give yourself time. Give yourself space. Give yourself permission to do what you need to do for you. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time.